Hey everyone, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. I will be sharing my weekly journaling pages using my Archer and Olive B5 notebook. And this time I'm sharing my pages much earlier in the month. It's not even the 15th and I'm already sharing these, so that is awesome. An improvement from last month. So for this spread, I am trying the journal spread that I liked from Nancy that I tried last month, and I wound up with like 3 extra boxes. This time I did not. I wound up with 6, and so that's what I needed because I only needed 5 days worth, and then I could have like an extra box to put currently list. Now, when I stamped the days of the week, you can see that I stamped with Monday, but March actually started on a Wednesday. So I'm going to have to grab a spare piece of paper and fix that little mistake. I'm excited to use all the greens and all the blues in this kit that Traci Reed just released, which is called Felicity. And it's so pretty. Perfect for spring, but there's also sentiments about choosing joy and personal growth. So I am going to use that and pull out all the greenery and a bunch of different butterflies. I started with 2 tags over in the bottom right corner, and there is one in the top left corner that says 3 March, which means I don't have to stamp March. And then from there, I am going to layer in, like I said, all the greenery and also some blue flowers and then some circles. She has these like die cut circles in her kit that have different florals and patterns on them. So I'm just going to figure out a way to layer in all of those pieces. Then I'll add a few pattern stamped pieces to finish off the spread. So overall, this is going to be a really like clean and simple type of spread, and I am excited about it. Green is my favorite color. If I haven't shared that in a while, I probably share that in most videos, but green is my favorite color, and I think starting off March with the color green is perfect. She has these flowers in the kit that are like regular die cut flowers, I guess you could say, and then there's another set that kind of has splatters on them, and I really loved those, so I'm going to go ahead and use a mix of both of those type of flowers. There's also, like I said, the butterflies, so I have a few of those that I cut on my cameo, and up at the top where it says Wednesday, I've put happy little life and currently. Figured that works awesome. And that little box down there, the extra box that I have, I'll put the bright side. And like I mentioned, I can do like a currently list. I did add in 2 touches of brown. I figured it's kind of a neutral, it's very light, it will work, and it kind of balances out all of the green and the blues. So on the left, I just put a word phrase that says good vibes, and down on the right, it's a circle that's the light brown with the floral on top of it. Now I'm adding those pattern stamps. I think I wound up using Crafty Jen Scow and maybe Feed Your Craft. I don't know. I was just grabbing stuff that I could use and to finish up the page. So the next page is going to be according to Allie. I had a gift card from her shop that I kept forgetting to use. I don't know how that happened, but it did. And I think I was having trouble deciding, and then I just panicked and just forgot to use the gift card. So I finally used it, and I got a ton of new stickers to use, so I'm excited. I got a women's history sticker sheet that has these gorgeous florals and also different like icons on them. I want to say they're not icons obviously, but they have like a paintbrush and a speaker, like radio speaker microphone. So I'm going to use those, and I'm excited. And of course, because they have the florals, I am going to go ahead and get out some of my florals and do some stamping all over this spread. I will just be not drawing boxes. I'll just be kind of placing my days of the week and figuring it out from there. I used this really pretty color from Close to My Heart. I think it's called Fern, and that matched perfectly. I'll also stamp with an Allie Edwards stamp set the days of the week, but I'm really not going to like them, so I'll wind up coloring them in with a marker. Now, I did want Monday to line up with the Thursday, and I used a ruler to do that, but I'm not sure if I achieved the alignment. But that's okay. Like I've always said, right? We just keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward. Saturday and Sunday are down towards the bottom of the spread, and I'm gonna have a total of like three main clusters with the stickers, and this spread also winds up kind of clean and simple. I feel like that's what I was going for this month, is more clean and simple, and just making sure that I get my pages done, like done before the middle of the month, because sometimes I finish like the last 2 weeks of the spreads like right before the week happens, and this time I didn't want that to happen. I want to stay caught up on making my journaling spreads. Okay, so this is where I'm coloring in the number. I just felt like it was not, the yellow was not the ink that I probably should have used with those numbers. And so I needed the number to pop a little more. So that's why I colored it in. I'm also going to outline it with a like gold brown color in a little bit. Not sure if that was a good choice either, but I did it, and I'm not going to redo it. I pulled out a Bloom flower stamp set to stamp some pink and yellow flowers, along with an Everyday Explorers stamp set to stamp the different leaves and like the little greenery pieces. I stamped in green and also brown because I kind of wanted to match Allie's different artwork that she had for her stickers. And I'm leaving space, as you can see up at the top, for the quote that she has. It's one from Billie Holiday, and it says, "The difficult I'll do right now, the impossible will take a little while." And then, like I said, there's just little clusters of flowers, and then other clusters have a like icon inside of them. I chose the paintbrush one, and then the I want to say radio microphone, but I don't know if that's the right term. So go ahead and correct me in the comments section. But it's the old-fashioned way that they would used to sing into the microphone. So I have 2 more quotes that I've included down on the bottom, and then another small little sticker. I'm going to go ahead and add a few more layered pieces to this spread, which I will do in just a second. But first I am outlining, and I don't know, makes the letters look kind of weird, but whatever. What can you do? Like I said, when I make a mistake like that, I can go ahead with the decision and then see if I like it or fix it. And in this case, I went for, I thought that the letters would look okay, but they don't really to me. So I just made the decision to just keep moving forward. I also stamped some pink hearts that were really bright, and I feel like even though they are not the pink I really wanted, that they will work to kind of help your eye travel around the page. Next up is another According to Allie spread, and I'll be using some of her St. Patrick like florals and also a quote. I think it's like women quotes or something like that. I wanted to pair those 2 sticker sheets together, and again, keeping the spread very simple. I'm drawing some lines across both pages so that way I can do vertical almost boxes, but not boxes, for my days. And I will stamp the days with Everyday Explorers stamps. And I'll also use the Carrie Bradford Iris stamp set that I can't stop using. I'm using it on everything. Every project I'm using it on. So I've stamped all the days, and now I'm going to get out that stamp set and use a green Distress Oxide ink. I think it's Rustic Wilderness. I'm going to using that one to stamp the days of the week, because this is St. Patrick's Day week and I wanted to have it very festive. I'll also stamp out March with the Iris stamp set, which, like I said, I think this is my second week where I had stamped March with it. I love it, and I'm obsessed with it. The quote that I picked is, "Your direction is more important than your speed." It's not really a St. Patrick's Day quote, but you know what? It works. I'll then add in all the florals around it. She has these really great like green florals, like almost like moss, and then some white florals, and then like a daisy floral that's really small. At least I think that's what it is. You can see the sheet right here. It's a great mix. And then there's some 4-leaf clovers. So I'm able to take a bunch of those stickers and just sprinkle them all around the page to make a really festive page. But it's not like overly St. Patrick's Day, like in your face, like it's too much. It's just right, and I love it. I am going to finish up this spread with a little bit of stamping with a tiny little leaf stamp that I have, because I feel like it really helps your eye to travel around the spread. I'm also using the Ali Edwards stamp set that has the flowers in it. I found one that I feel like really matches it, so that's what I stamped. It's like a little circle flower with layers in it. And then I'll add in the different leaves, and this page will be done. It's so simple and so quick. I love it. It's beautiful. The next one is going to be an Ashley Horton kit that I'm using from her shop called The Cut Shop, and it's document 365 March. And I believe that this layout that I scrap lifted was from Heba. And you know who Heba is. Everybody knows who she is. She's does My Little Journal. I'll link her, though, in the description box. But these are long vertical boxes. This time I really wanted some boxes. And then I'll have a space for a 3x4 card in the bottom right. So that's kind of the size of all of these boxes is 3x4. And then I can add in some die cuts from the kit and also the days of the week. Now, I wound up stamping March, and then I started stamping the days of the week, stamped all of them, plus the dates. I believe the dates too. Yeah, I stamped all the dates. Then I realized, wait a second, this kit comes with the days of the week already die cut. So I had to go back through and add those in, and I will do that in just a second. I used that same yellow ink, but this time I think this yellow ink works really well with the journaling card that I'm going to use. As you can see here, I am rounding up all those days of the week and adding them in right on top of the stamped day, because of course I like the die cut ones much better. They look so much better. And what I did to make this spread kind of my own is I took the digital stamps and I recolored them and then added a white stroke behind it. That way it kind of was a filled in flower. I'm figuring out my various clusters of where I want to put different little pieces. So I have that 3x4 card. I loved how it had all the colors from the kit, and I loved Ashley's pink floral that she has. So I'm going to tuck one over in the bottom right hand corner, and in the top left corner I will add in some more of the florals that I made myself using Photoshop Elements. So I have a green one and a pink one, and then there's a die cut from the kit that's like a circle with a heart in it. So I'll just add that. Again, like I said, and I've said maybe too many times, but like I said, I'm keeping this month pretty simple because I wanted the pages to get done. One of the things I love doing with my journaling pages is to take die cuts and cut them in half and then use them in 2 different spots like I did for Friday and Wednesday. That way it helps your eye move around the page, and also you get like double use out of your die cuts. So this spread is done, that spread is done, and now I'm moving on to this spread that was a royal pain in the rear. So this is the week of my son's birthday, and his favorite color is blue, and I had the hardest time finding any blue die cuts in my stash. I went through like my Heidi Swap ones, I went through Feed Your Craft, and I just couldn't find any that I liked. So I'm just going to keep this very simple with stamps. That's it. I didn't necessarily like how this spread came out, but you know, you win some, you lose some, right? I could have made my own journaling kit if I'd had more time, but I just wanted to get my journaling spreads done. So this page is going to serve for the last spot for March, but there's also going to be space at the bottom for the highlights page, because I like to include like an overall what happened during the month, what was like the top stories of the month. So I will leave space for that. I'm using Ali Edwards days of the week, Monday through Friday, and I will also use a numbers stamp set. I had to stamp 29 below the Wednesday since there was no room, but oh well, what can you do? And then I stamp the rest of the days, and I'm going to use a new Distress Oxide ink, the Chipped Sapphire. That's kind of the blue color that I was going for, and I really just did not have anything in my stash that was that color. I did stamp 14 since my son is turning 14. Yep, my first baby is 14, and I have no idea how that happened. Don't ask me, I have no idea. 13 was really hard. I cried on and off the entire day when he turned 13 last year, so hopefully this year is not as rough as 13, but I can't believe that he's 14. I don't even know how that happens. How does that happen? So I wanted to break up the journaling spread so that way I had that highlight section, right? So I used some grid washi tape and I just put another piece up in the left-hand corner. That way, you know, both pages have that for the continuity. I stamped March memories over there next to the other X's, and I did take one of the X's from the number stamp set. I think it's supposed to be a plus sign or a multiplication sign, but I just turned it so it could be an X. My daughter was just pointing out that she saw the 14 and said, "Why are you doing that for Stinky Brother?" Something like that, of course, right? So my page is almost done, adding in these word stickers, and then I will be done. And I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing all of these spreads come together. I've loved putting them together and talking to you about them. I would appreciate a thumbs up, or if you're new to my channel, a subscribe would be awesome. So have a great day. Bye.